it's down to Starbuck to challenge Happy with other strategies. That is Archmage. We have double expansion. Happy was thinking about stealing a little bit here as well, but not possible. Water Elemental denied, so the Acolyte can't get it. This is looking like a clean early game. Starbuck had, of course, some time to recover, to refresh, to maybe open a cheeky beer, as he did when he 5-0'd Grubby. Happy is just playing and playing and playing and playing.
Okay, this looks very standard. Crypt Lord versus Archmage, and yes, Starbuck was able to, let's call it how it is, outsmart Mr. 1-0 in those early games like Expo cancellations. And outsmarting Happy is a little bit harder, and Mr. Starbuck has to pause the game.
Okay, so this is the second time in like 5 minutes since we get a break. So what's
It's
the
an
reason?
internet issue. I'm checking Mr. Starbuck's stream because he's live, but he's waiting for the better moment.
Okay, a little bit of a hiccup. It's getting later at a weekend. The server, I don't even know what server they're playing on. Probably still China something, so the observers don't lag. Yeah, that can cause some issues on a weekend. Afterwards, apparently Lin is waiting in the grand final. As we are approaching midnight, this will be a very, very long day, especially for the Asian audience. But I don't mind waiting a little bit more. Ah, there we go.
There we go. Okay, again, good that it happened now than not in like some big fight item on the ground. Starbuck got it immediately. To be honest, Starbuck, he really is like quite fragile for, you don't know, internet spikes. You know, it's hard to keep your composure. So I hope that in this case it's not going to be a problematic for him, because, you know, like you want to focus, you want to be in the zone, and yes, there's not your problem, because sometimes spikes can happen regardless of your internet connection. But yes, as you can see, nobody's expanding so far. Both players are on tier 1. But Happy got a lot of experience. He's almost level 3, but speaking of level 3, Starbuck is on level 3, and he's looking for some easy targets inside of Happy main base. But they're only ghouls, and you know what, Mr. Neo? Ghouls can move and escape, so Starbuck is not committing too much yet.
Yes, Starbuck was creeping the Makura camp with militia only. Really, really sweet, while staying on the map, trying to buy time for his expansion now, which immediately is harassed and punished. Happy seems like he's one step ahead of Starbuck, who was sniping for some hurt ghouls, but the hurt ghouls just weren't there where Starbuck expected them.
And speaking of hurt ghouls, what is happening on the Starbuck expansion? Happy's not microing!
Ooh.
Happy lost 2 ghouls to militia, sloppy.
Okay, at the same time, footmen are attacking the acolytes on the left-hand side, while we get a little more harassment here on the right-hand side. This is 3 screens where you have to operate almost perfectly on, but Happy expanding now. Archmage reaching around a little bit. Are the footmen enough to cancel this?
I think they are, Mr. Neo, and I think that Mr. Happy is not looking too sweet in this serious cancel on the Haunted Goldmine. Crypt Lord really needs to do something. And the first beaters are joining the party, but look at this, Arcane Tower is almost ready. Happy is making sure that he's going to use all of his mana before the Arcane Tower is operational. And yes, he's connecting to the peasants, but he needs to kill way more, because yes, Starbuck early game is very, very, very good.
Yeah, there was an additional obstacle, and with the ghouls out of the push and the mana gone from the Crypt Lord, there's a lot of time for Starbuck to stabilize now. While the next ghoul pressure is coming with 6 units, Expo for Happy is coming up. Starbuck can now, of course, he has a luxury to be able to produce workers from 2 different spots. That also makes it so he can call militia a little bit. And now, can he cancel that Expo one more time, or are we seeing a defensive stop?
Well, if Starbuck will be able to cancel the Expo, I think Happy would be so behind. Look at this. The second Ziggurat position on the expansion tells the story. Happy is ready to body block the every single unit. Look at this. He has this beautiful wall. And Starbuck is stuffing in! You can make the walls, but what if Archmage can fly?
Exactly, what a sick play by Starbuck. There's always a way into an undead base. The second cancel is not preventable anymore. The question is just, how expensive is it going to be? The footman gets killed, but that was so worth it.
Mr. Neo, from my experience in this matchup, this Omega Giga expensive for Happy, and yes, what Happy can do now is Happy can like take all of the ghouls and break Starbuck. That's the only thing that I can see. But let's check Starbuck inventory. He has some red HP footies, but his Archmage is in a good shape. Top is done. Yes, Mr. Happy needs to do something. Starbuck positioned himself nicely. He knows that Water Elementals are going to expire soon, so he has them in front. And yes, is it enough time for Starbuck to regroup? Happy needs to do miracles here.
Yeah, Starbuck doesn't have any production at the moment though, and he lost a lot of footmen in this attack. Maybe there is a chance for Happy for some reason. Starbuck is targeting the illusion, which is very unfortunate for him. Archmage almost surrounded, but Starbuck able to dodge this. Ghouls micro to the side. Expo stays up. This could be a lot of ghoul kills down the road, which would then propel the Archmage to level 4 if Happy is not microing against it.
Militia is coming from Starbuck main, that's very important, but there is a lot of ghouls as well. And experience with heroes tells us the story, right? Starbuck with only level 3, Happy with level 4 already. It means that Happy is killing more, but with the power of Militia, with the power of the footies, Starbuck is able to stay alive, and it's still looking quite well. Luckily for Happy, because Starbuck is so busy in his base, he can't cancel Happy expansion again, but still, I think Starbuck is ahead. He's stacking as well on top of that, but Happy is stacking as well. He's remaking his altar, and Mr. New, I think the game is going to stabilize from now.
The multitasking was crazy in these early stages. You have to manage your main bases, of course. You have to creep your expansions. You have to get your expos up. You got to staff across the map. You got to defend in your main at your expo. You got to micro stuff and prevent the opponent from sniping those microed units. You got to level. This is like very, very, very high level. Good to see Starbuck in shape like this.
And look at this. His expo layout is also good. He's making this Sim City as he likes to. And yes, Happy is now just going to be a little bit annoying, right? He's not here to like kill many peasants because he just can't. He just wants to like brawl a little bit. Now the question is what both players are going to do. Humans, they really like to creep lab at this stage of the game for two reasons. A, if they lost a lot of peasants, maybe by Shredder, but also versus mass melee army versus potential impale surrounds, buying a Zeppelin is very good. Not you, of course, you can drop with the Zeppelin, but also to save some units. So now they are just attacking each other a little bit, but yes, I'm very curious to see what they are going to creep.
Exactly. Level-wise, they're all evened out. Well, Happy got a little lead during this attack. Starbuck now level 4, which is, of course, hyper pressure with water elementals. We get a bit of shop control, so Archmage gets boots, as he had the staff before. Heal scroll as well, which is very important. That Necropolis might not be cancelled, but if it is, he can harass a little more.
Okay, so no creeping for Starbuck. He wants to attack, but yes, Necropolis is almost out, so he's pulling back. And Mr. Neo, we have the answer what Starbuck is going to play. Double Gryphon Aviary is on the way, and MK is already on the map as we speak. So with MK, Happy needs to be very careful because every bolt can guarantee the kill, and now Happy has very fragile units with his fiends, right? So that's why he's positioning himself to the back, and body block from a beetle on the MK, a very small detail, but that's why MK is late and it was on purpose, so this beetle is a hero.
Sick. On the other side, Archmage was doing the same to the Fiend, but since the Mountain King couldn't reach, that was a bit more important. We see Happy with the Wand of Negation, by the way. He used 3 charges already to dispel Water Elemental, so that weakened the pressure play a little bit. We get workshops, we get Griffin Aviary. This is a lot of production for Starbuck, whose tier 3 tech is almost done. Happy keeping tabs on the army, but yes, not too many choices to be honest. The further we go down into the tier 3 territory, the better it should be for Starbuck.
Okay, okay, be careful with your MK, because yes, Archmage is trying to harass a little bit in the main base, but MK was left alone, close to the lab, and surround maybe, not enough units even for Happy. So yes, at least Starbuck is not creeping, but Happy did not deal like any crazy damage as well. The game is still open, supply favors Happy, but Starbuck has the money.
But no lumber. That is a big problem. He got the lumber workers, he got the lumber upgrade.
Yeah, lumber is fine, but look what he's queuing. That's tremendous amount of lumber, right? So later it's going to be cheaper.
True. That is right. 3 upgrades at the moment. Sasquatch for the Mountain King, no staff, but also no TP. Big mana potion for the Archmage.
Happy.
Intercepted, yeah. Let's see. Can you fight this? Do you want to fight this? He's trying to save the town portal for later, maybe on the cost of all footmen.
Another impale used, and yes, when you play Gryphons, you know there will be not that many early units, so the same with Knights, but yes, Starbuck doesn't have too much. It gives the opportunity for Death Knight to finally unlock level 2. Now the question is what Happy is going to do. His tier 3 is late, right? Much later than Starbuck's, so he can't really make a 70 supply all-in, and Starbuck is finally queuing what he wants, and he's still on 50 supply. Super efficient play by Starbuck. He squeezed this 2-base economy as hard as he could, and ladies and gentlemen, both players are creeping, and Human is creeping with just heroes.
And water elementals, of course. What basically heroes. My question still, Soul, what does the undeads do against griffins? Those seem to be the hard counter to everything you can present, whether that's fiends or to a degree gargs, because you can get them as well with not Gargs, Dragonhawks, because you can't get them with Gargs. Can you go Banshees after they were nerfed? I don't see a perfect option anymore once the Griffins are out.
Yeah, in the past, the Banshee play was quite popular in like super late game to just, protect your Fiends from Gryphon's damage, Gryphon's attacks, but these days I think it's very rare to see Banshee tech, but we'll see about that. Definitely Happy is investing into huge amount of Fiends, and there is Ring of Protection +5 on the ground!
Whoops, okay, not much longer. We got Knights, we got a Lich third, we got level 5 on the Crypt Lord, nice counter. Lich getting saved by a coil. Nice weapon. The Fiends might actually be enough to win this fight. Starbuck, this doesn't seem to be your moment. He wants that hero kill so bad, but the coil always arrives. How many hammers do we have? How many holy lights do we have? How long can Happy stem against this?
Lich survived for a long time, and as you mentioned, Starbuck was trying to get this Lich. I think Starbuck is maybe a little bit, out of position because of this ring. He wanted to, plan how to share the items between heroes, and then Wild Happy arrived, and Archmage has fallen!
Oh my god, this was such a great position for Starbuck to be in. And then he doesn't have a town portal and couldn't get out.
Expo versus Expo, who is going to creep better?
Yeah, I think Happy in general should be a bit more experienced on Shattered Exile. He played it in some Warcraft III Champions finals when he still answered invitations to Warcraft III Champions finals. So I remember legendary matches versus Foggy and Lawliot here. So he can make use of those laboratories, that's for sure. Starbuck thinks he has an edge here in unusual maps where you don't necessarily prepare too much for, and I think it's a very good choice as a first losers map.
Yeah, definitely what Happy did, he used a nice pool as well to help a little bit with the camp, but he's losing more HP than I thought. But of course, for the HP losses, you have Ritual Dagger. Look at the creep road by Mr. Starbuck, is going to be a very clean level 3. Look at this, he's proxy creeping the lab with his militia. He lost 1 militia on creep, but that happens. And now he's going to cross the map with his Archmage, and he will potentially try to cancel the Expo. So, Mr. Happy, I hope that you saw it already, because that's what exactly Starbuck played versus 1-2-0. 1-2-0 wasn't able to hold this. Maybe Happy will show us how. Level 3 unlocked now. Starbuck is getting ready to hit.
Has to sacrifice a scout tower for that. And yeah, good point by chat, by Dogbird. Shattered Exile is a 2-on-2 map, and Starbuck has played thousands of 2-on-2, while Happy probably didn't. I would at least be surprised. But at the moment, Starbuck is not finding an opening really, as Happy stays home atypically.
Yeah, the interesting that Starbuck pulled back. I thought that he's going to brute force the expansion council. He checked now the top expo?
What?
Like,
Why?
okay. He's trying to hide, he's trying to attack the main, but we know this all about the economy, right? So Happy is satisfied with this outcome. Now, of course, Happy needs to move a little bit, dance a little bit. And as a gamer, he would like to stay hidden. Okay. But, you know, stay in one spot. But there is only one Acolyte so far, and he still can remake. And Happy Expansion is online, Neo.
I think Starbuck had the completely wrong read and something went wrong with the scouting. That he didn't see this or expect this. Why else would you go to the top? Archmage has a staff and he's almost surrounded. Slowed. Can he dribble out of this? Not really.
Vanilla Surround is here. Impale used to force the TP as well, and also to cancel a lot of HP. I mean, heal a lot of HP. And Mr. Neo is a completely different game than he had versus 1-0. But also Starbuck was a little bit hesitating. I don't know.
Yes.
What I do know is that Starbuck is trying to plant his expo now, and Happy has one mode, and the mode is level 3 into big aggression. He bought Boot of Speed, he bought Circlet. You know why? He can afford this.
Exactly.
He has the expo. He's not scared, he's pushing. He will push now.
Last game was 2 expo cancels. This time it's 0. He staffs and there was only 1 worker on this town hall for some reason. Cryptlord can't find a corpse for new beetles, but boots and right clicks are enough to chase this Archmage away. And now finally we get the power build.
Okay, Starbuck made a big decision. He's like, okay, I don't need my footies at the expansion. I will send my footies to attack Happy, but Happy is defending nicely. And look at this, Mr. Neo. If human expansion is going to be cancelled, I think we may see a GG. Let's see.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. This could be the 10-0 for Happy today in maps. Can you believe it? Starbuck looked so competitive on map 1. That is not the case on his first loser's pick. No mana for an Impale anymore. Starbuck still trying to dribble out of this. Not much damage on the other side. And yeah, Starbuck stuck on tier 1. Starbuck stuck on 1 base. This is so rough.
Yeah, and the biggest... The biggest issue is that, you know, this footman aggression that Starbuck invested so much wasn't that good. And well, look at the Archmage! He's stuffing back because he's almost dead. And he goes down. Ay. Omega low HP Archmage goes down. 2-0 for him. Of course, bought his Sacrificial Skull Ritual Dagger. He's going to expand directly. Maybe he felt a little bit that, you know, Starbuck hesitated before. On this very map, look at this, Archmage is going to the middle to get level 2. Because again, on Springtime, there is this one very special camp in the middle, very small one, but very crucial to get level 3 if you want to get level 3 yourself. And is Starbuck going to pull fresh Militia? Yes, he is. Expo versus Expo. But Starbuck will have more experience, or maybe not. He's creeping with Militia. Mr. Neo, it can be 1 base.
Okay, let's see about that. 1 base play has been successful versus 1-0 as well. And it's also what Happy struggles against when he's facing Fortitude. You don't need an expansion against him. Obviously, out-microing Fortitude is a bit of a... out-microing Happy is a tough task. But if you disrupt the early game long enough, you can position yourself in a way that it works eventually. Starbuck first moving to the left, now pivoting to the right. But joke's on you, there is no expo yet.
Yeah, he changed his mind, right? But I'm a little bit confused. Look, he brought too many workers. Mr. Starbuck pulled too many workers, few of them without Militia. So that's problematic, and you know who is not making mistakes? His name is Happy, and he's already here.
Oh,
it's not looking good, Neo.
There's also a fresh corpse for the Beetles. There's an Impale for the last hit that prevents level 3, I guess. More workers are falling. Starbuck is completely falling apart. Similar to 1-0, similar to Kaho.
Well, there is... I can see that Starbuck is a little bit shaky now. You know, I hope it's not because of the internet or anything like that. There is Mantle +3 on the ground. At least we have a good item. deny on the ghoul as well. You mentioned it well, that Happy is able to, with the last hits, with denies, is able to keep Archmage just on level 2, and Happy expansion is going up slowly, and it's very, very good for him, because Starbuck expansion is not even crapped yet.
Oh man, yeah, Expo halfway, Sasquatch still standing, new militia called, will go heavily into lumber. Happy gets the surround for level 2.7, only a hero, a handful of units, and a claw. That's all he needs.
Yes, Starbuck is not giving up as he should, right? He's getting Sasquatch now. He's 1 kill away from getting level 3, but Happy is there as well, and Happy is looking for potential surround. Impale surround. Mr. Happy, we are going to judge you if you miss one, and Happy is not missing. Archmage got level 3, but how good is level 3 if you can't even fight with it?
And the other side, Footmen are trying to get the kill. Is this enough without the water elemental? Starbuck needs this cancel at all cost. If all the Footmen fall here, that might still be worth it, but the Expo is there, the repair is starting, and Starbuck is in shambles.
And that was so important, Neo. That was so important. Starbuck is not going to be a one-base attempt. He still tries to expand. Archmage, okay, he wants to kill the Expo, but can he do it? Or maybe he will kill the ghouls. That's an idea as well, right?
Okay.
And how Happy is going to react. Definitely he's going to leave, I don't know, some units at the human expansion. He stuffed his Creep Lord. And Mr. Starbuck, what are you going to do? One Nerubian Tower helps a lot. There is not enough mana for Impale. Maybe some footies will be able to run away, but look at this. Starbuck is taking. Okay, he doesn't want to give up. He's going to try to play one base, but yes, it's quite late. It's minute number 6, and Happy has a very strong economy. Happy is going to take soon himself.
Yeah, there was a little moment there where Starbuck wanted to deny a Footman of himself, but couldn't get the damage roll to do it. Then he damaged his own Footman, and the Ghoul was able to get the last hit. Very symptomatic for the series so far.
Look at the Expo of Happy. Maybe he can lose few acolytes that can bring Starbuck back a little bit. He has 3 water elementals, but look at Happy. He's very good at running in circles with his acolytes. He's still keeping them alive. Look at this, Mr. New. Okay, the first one maybe not. How he's doing this? Okay, the first acolyte.
Okay, trades it for a water elemental. We have an Impale, by the way. This Archmage is playing with fire. More footies are falling. Starbuck is on the way to tier 2, but is not that far ahead from the 2 base Happy while being on 1 base. Happy obviously scouting for it as well. Absolutely terrorizing. Second acolyte, the Beetle, is doing more and more damage to this Archmage. I'm still waiting for that Impale. Starbuck is begging for this Impale.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. It was looking promising a little bit. He was reduced to 2 acolytes at his Expo without Necropolis, but as you mentioned, he was begging for this and he got one. Happy, very generous with his impact. Yes, Starbuck is starting again with like level 3 creep road, so on this map you go as Happy knows already, and Starbuck with good micro this time. Happy was trying to pull the creeps, but Starbuck blocked them, and Peasants versus Troll Berserker, Troll Trapper, there were enough. Okay.
Level 2 and Claws. Good start for Starbuck again. Little bit of momentum, little bit of remedy, which he needs. Footman also was annoying in the base. So far, no tech and no Expo just yet. We see the 4th farm, so Expo confirmed.
Indeed, it looks like it, but Archmage needs to be very careful. Happy has level 1 only. I was like, hey, where is the Impale surround? There is no Impale just yet, and he's Happy with extremely early expansion, but Mr. Starbuck, okay, he's getting momentum. Look at this, Neo. Expansion will be cancelled.
Alright, that is the fighting spirit we want to see. Play it careful, drop the water elemental. He got double claw. That's what he needs. No water elemental though, and oh, that was so close. Get the Footman, do it alone. Very conservative with mana. Would love to see a deny on this water elemental as we see the cancel on the Haunted.
Yeah, Starbuck in the meantime is creeping his natural expansion, the easy one. He got level 3 and it's level 3 Archmage versus level 1 Crip Lord. Okay, he got level 2 immediately, at least we have that. But it means, yes, good damage from the water elementals. And yes, Starbuck can start expanding himself. But Happy is re-expanding as well. So guys, we are so back. The game is even. And I think it's even Starbuck favorite a little bit, but of course, Happy knows how to come back from this.
Okay, couple of herd workers. Need to replenish this. Water Elemental summoned again. Off we go. Happy's defensive line. Can it be circumvented somehow? This time no staff, but he gives up that straight line of ghouls and acolytes, and that's the second cancel. And a ghoul falling. That is more XP. Or should be falling. Yeah, focus fire is back up. This will cost a couple of footmen though.
Yeah, but Starbuck is doing well. He's losing footies, but in the meantime, his expansion is going up, and Crip Lord of Mr. Happy is in trouble. Starbuck, are we going for the kill? Let's see about that. He's in a kinda so-so position. The Water Elementals, yes, they would love to connect to Crip Lord more. Archmage is like a, like a shark swimming around, but... Look, but Happy is trying to stay alive with his Crip Lord. He's a strength hero, he has a lot of regen. But so far, Crip Lord will survive. But look at this, Mr. Neo. Starbuck expansion is up, safe and sound. The Arcane Tower is on the way. Starbuck is getting his items. And he may come back to the expansion. Let's see about that. Happy needs to pull back to start healing. I like this game for Starbuck. This is the best Starbuck game so far.
I agree. Mana is a little short right now. A little correction of what you said, Soul. When you're up against Happy, nothing is ever safe. Apart from that, everything you say is 100% correct. We can start the tech soon once we get a little bit of lumber. Happy also just putting in some damage, not microing the units here anymore. As the footmen go for the expo again, cancel number 3, and this time this should be enough.
But okay, I don't know if it's enough or not, but Archmage is here and there is no wall. Oh no, there is wall, but no cancel, I think. Somebody can check. I don't know if it was cancelled or not. It was so quick, but yes. It was cancelled. I mean, killed or cancelled? That's my question.
We need video assistant referee. Twitch chat, tell us. This is a horrible situation for Happy now, as there's very low lumber. Starbuck started the tech. No cancel, says Verbrecher. I don't know if we can trust him. But he usually has a good eye.
I say only Verbecher. It's a Sparta, and again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it was cancelled or not, but what I do know that Happy wants his lumber back, and he's going to take it from peasants' hands.
Impale only on 3 units. That wasn't perfect, actually. There was a lot more possible. Arcane Tower, double Arcane Tower in the work. With that, he has a solution to the beetles. A couple of workers are falling during the tech, but the Town Hall can queue one peasant after the next. Archmage going back in a very safe position. No heal scroll yet, but a circlet for more damage and more sustain. Happy still getting an absurd amount of kills.
This is true, but as you mentioned, this position looks safe for the Archmage because all of those units surrounding him, and with double Arcane Tower, there will be no more summons around this expo. And Mr. Neo, there was another cancel.
What? Oh, wow! There
was water elemental there. That's why Archmage was missing for a moment.
Interesting. I didn't even see that. Nicely using that. So that's why he had to staff back then, of course. Makes sense. Starbuck feels really good here. We are missing the lumber mill. We're missing a blacksmith, but the tech timing is great.
Yeah, Mr. Neo. Starbuck has expansion up. He is up at tech. Okay, if Happy wins this, I don't know. I have Makura stickers in my room. I will put one on my head, I think.
I think
if Happy wins this, it's not impossible. Look at this Zeppelin drop with Shredder. Look at.
He's feeling himself, man. That's the momentum that we talked about. It's another cancel. It feels like we are moments away from Happy showing frustration for the first time and tapping out. But if you have a series like Happy had, with 11-0 on the final day of B Cup, then of course you stay in a little longer as possible. But Starbuck is the first to defeat Happy here today.
But in this game, Starbuck is going for the middle camp creep. In good old times when the sentry wards were there, because it was so worth it.
Yeah, was it good times though? I don't know. It's a lot of vision. That is not the case here. That's a big camp for Starbuck though. Very good level, very good item as well, potentially. And maybe something that you wouldn't expect if you're Happy. And the Ring of Regeneration for a roaming Archmage is Chef Kit.
Yeah, but look what Happy is doing. He's summoning as many summons as he can, because yes, the red camp creep is upon us now. And Starbuck is pulling back? Maybe not. Let's see.
Does Starbuck know? Does he expect it? Happy is no stranger to strong creep camps early on, sometimes even with Cannibalize. Big fan of the Cannibalize. I imagine this is also the sound that BBC makes when he's chewing on his beef jerky.
It's the only question that Magic Young and Miss Lady can answer for now. But let's check the item Paladin Aura. So Pala Rifle is only present in the form of Aura in this game. But ladies and gentlemen, my question is, what Starbuck is going to do? Is it going to be level 3 creep road? Yes, Mr. Neo, look at this. Proxy creeping with Militia, and it's going to be level 3 Archmage, angry Archmage inside of the Happy main base soon. And Happy's in the middle of the map. He needs to run back quickly.
And of course he has no TP, and Starbuck has level 3. Is there an opportunity for Starbuck to make this a 3-2? That would be quite a sign for the rest of the series. And of course good that Lin is getting more and more tired out. Fools are here. Gotta be careful to not be surrounded against that impale. So a bit of chip damage towards the Acolytes, and now Starbuck also saw where Happy was coming from, and he must have a great idea of what's happening. The next question is though, can he do something about it? Because his mana is not looking too great.
Yeah, but look at the mind games by Happy. He's like, my undead base is strong, my undead main base is good enough. I'm going to keep my expo alive. Look at Starbuck, he's close to the trees. He wants to fuel full Happy, and he's connecting. Happy doesn't see. Is it enough though?
Water Elemental summoned, right clicks everywhere. We have Impale to diminish the damage a little bit, and that should buy the necessary time. We have a town portal click ready basically. So much damage, it's so close. He can repair now. Any footman would solve this, but too much damage, and town portal used. Happy on 2 bases.
Yeah, but what is happening in the main base of Mr. Happy? 2 Acolytes were killed, and it will keep Happy for a long time on tier 1, right? Because he need to remake Acolytes for his main base and for his expansion as well. So not everything is lost. The blacksmith is already online. And yes, Mr. Starbuck will construct 1 base push with Rifle Caster. So there is still, the game is still open. And or maybe not, if this is going to be impulse around. Starbuck, hope you are watching.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He also doesn't have a shop, right? This region is only coming from the Ring of Regen, which is phenomenal. Doesn't help in the mana department though. He needs a defensive position now. Calls Militia, has that rifle up, summons the Water Elemental. It's a bit too much for Happy to do, but he can creep at the same time while filling up his Acolyte circles. 8 out of 10, and then Happy will accelerate like crazy.
Starbuck brought a lot of Militia to the middle, but I think it's not to creep, just to, you know, and be sure that Happy is not going to like attack him well. And Footies are looking for some opportunity to harass, while Starbuck is going to creep with his Archmage. Maybe the amount of army that Starbuck has is not that big. MK is almost out from the altar. Long rifle range and the first Sanctum are on the way. But Happy can do very little, right? Because he's in a good position. And is he going to creep Jack Starbuck? Hopefully not. Okay, good. Happy doesn't know Starbuck is creeping in secret.
Yeah, it was nighttime. Not too much vision. The ghouls marching across, and that is pretty powerful. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ghouls on the way to the human base. Who is the one who knocks? Because both can't respond really. They have no TP.
Club as the first spell, Neo. That's interesting. Myself, when I go club first, in like 90%, I'm always regretting this. I hope it's going to be different for Mr. Starbuck.
Yeah, very curious about it, but Happy did not go for the human base, and that might be an opportunity for Starbuck. The footies are here. They are hurt. Maybe a chance to grab a heal scroll soon. It's up in 5 seconds, but I don't think you have the time for that. Attack, flooding towards the main, but we got the graveyard up. We got double crypt up. A bit of labyrinth style to produce so many fiends, and then once you're stable, you can tag. He could also too soon tech at his expansion, but it's incredibly important for Starbuck to break production in half.
Okay, so what is happening now, ladies and gentlemen, is a interesting position because Happy could be laming, but he decided to fight. Okay, maybe he thinks that he has enough. Club connects, as we can see, Blight got dispulled by Arcane Vault. Happening there, so lower region. Another club, the club was looking pretty well, but as you can see, Happy army is still quite healthy, even though club was used many times, and Starbuck needs to eat through this undead supply well. Let's see about that. It's still even. Happy is not taking, so he doesn't have a big follow-up, but he has a big army. Another club used. And this time it looked better.
That was crazy! The mana potion bought for exactly that purpose, and that got a triple kill, close to a quad kill. Starbuck needs a heal scroll, that's why the shop is opened up. This has so much value. Archmage though, getting caught, still uses the heal scroll. So important. Now, what's the club going to do? Not all riflemen here for the fight. One is on the left-hand side. Impale number 2, trying to get these priests. If they can heal themselves, that's massive. Unfortunately for Starbuck, no dispel yet.
It is true. Dispel is on the way. Starbuck is trying to regroup a little bit. And he has time. Starbuck has time. Why? Because Happy is not taking just yet. He's just remaking his crypt. And yes, we are dancing in the middle of the map. MK is very close to getting level 2, and then Cripplet can get in trouble, so Mr. Happy needs to be very careful with that. The Fiend went down, and MK is ready to bolt around, but Cripplet runs away with the power of Boots of Speed.
Right on. Invo Potion as well on the Crippy. Second attack by Starbuck. The shop is still up, and that is important. Very unfortunate for Starbuck that a couple of priests were sniped, especially the last one. The last shot of the Fiend made sure that an almost full mana priest is not seeing the light of day anymore. But yeah, the push is still alive.
Your push is doing well because the lack of tier 2, right? So if Happy can't like really win the fight, then he'll be in trouble because proxy workshop is always an option, right? So he can't really hide his towers. Look at this creepy. Is he going to pop the invul? Not yet.
Oh, we have a Stormbolt in a bit. He's getting blocked. Invul, 7 seconds. But can he retreat to safety in those 7 seconds? He's getting blocked. Water Elemental, Archmage, Mountain King being stabbed, being impaled. And so he can't throw the hammer. Happy plays around the cooldowns perfectly.
Yeah, but the Fiends are left alone. And they are dying. Mr. Neo, it looks like Starbuck is back.
Indeed. One more Stormbolt, man. He can't go for a potion as there is no tier 2. Oh, it's so close. God damn it. 30 HP. He has no other hammer. He has a potion. He can't commit, but he's surrounded. How fitting. At the graveyard. Can he fight through this? Oh, Starbuck, is that the overcommitment?
Don't tell me that this MK is dead.
How? Oh my god.
Push is still here, but MK is so important. And yes, Mass Fiends knows items. Supply favors Happy. And he will get level 5. Thick Beetles.
Oh my god, dude. Greed has poisoned human souls. That is insane. Impale level 3. So much AoE. No more Water Elementals. Level 5 Archmage now as well. 4 Water Elementals, of course. The #1 summon in the game. Rifles have to retreat. It was so close to a 3-2. And then you throw that dwarf away right next to a graveyard. And now everything is in shambles. Happy has shop control. He has 700 gold. He has started the tech. Stability, stability, stability. And then at some point with a couple of fiends, you click that tech and you start owning. Heartbreaking.
We have, as you mentioned, we have the items. It's a problem. The biggest issue is if you like play like Starbuck did, when you like look, like you need to act like a like one army. You know, you are all connected together. And while he lost his MK, he lost momentum. He like couldn't like kill building by building by building. And again, Starbuck has level 5 though. Look at those water elementals near.
Yeah, I can understand that though. You feel like you have to go the extra mile. You feel like you have to take the extra risk because Happy is defending normal plays like it's nothing. He's just swatting that like flies. And then you are making that overcommitment, and Happy is also the best at laying these traps. I don't know if he played Yu-Gi-Oh before, but I know he got a lot of trap cards.
What I do remember from Yu-Gi-Oh is that you could buy baby Drake and use time travel and make huge Drake. That's what I do remember. And what Starbuck is going to remember from this game, probably Criplord with 1 HP that he can't reach.
Yeah, this looks like Mission Impossible, and I'm not talking about the new movie. Rough situation, couple of fiends still up for grabs, but that's only 9 supply out of, I don't know, 60, 11 fiends on the map. The rifles, the dwarves are surrounded by spiders, and they're all caught in their web.
Well, and they are going to be able to burrow in the ground soon, because tier 2 is almost done. Still, supply, not that, like, 9 supply ahead, Happy is, but this time we have tier 2. And man, imagine Starbuck not losing this MK, imagine just like, keeping the pressure on, but what is in the past is in the past. There is still small chance. Look at those water elementals, Neo. They are the game changer.
They
Level
are.
6 Crippler though.
Yeah, it's a very good ultimate if you want to tank with anything. 33 supply only, no level 3 on the Mountain King for any Hail Mary plays. It's a slow siege, but also still towers there. There's an altar on the right hand side, and the DK can bring the shop. Statues are supposed to arrive soon, and there's just no punch in this push.
Yeah, Happy is rich, he even bought Wand of Negation. Let's see if he's going to dispel. Yep, Water Elemental, Dispult.
Unbelievable. This performance today by Happy is unbelievable. Finally level 3. Stormbolt intensifies, and I think with that it's also an answer. Was Clap maybe a misclick? Was it... I mean, it's a different army composition now.
It was good, it was good.
Yeah.
The club was good on level 1, especially with this mana potion, but what is also problematic for Starbuck, he has no lumber, right? So even if he's able to kill some fiends, then there is no follow-up with a workshop. And look at these ultimates, plus coil. Criplord is flapping his weird wings with joy because he's about to win. GG is called, and ladies and gentlemen, who is ready for the grand final? Len is awaiting Happy. Orc R versus Undead. Oh my god.